Alright, Shalom. I want to start by giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakak Kodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the brothers pushing this truth through the four corners of the earth. Shalom to the brothers and sisters listening and learning, the hopeful elect. This is your brother Bayan, back again with another video. In this one, I want to go into, as you see up here, you got Mother's Day, all right? But there's some other things I want to go into. We're going to Roe versus Wade, abortion. Just the madness that's going on in Babylon the Great today, And the elder Hawad, he always has the in the news segment, all right? And so this is basically, and our elder Manatzakba, he has the his news segment that he does. So we're just gonna go into the news, go into the current events, and see what we see. All right, through the spirit. Here we go. So this one is a pro-abortion activist targeting churches for Mother's Day protests. All right, so you see, they're targeting the churches now. They're coming against the Christians. Now Christians would say this is persecution, man, but this isn't nothing. It's going to get a lot worse than this. All right, this isn't nothing. That's why we tell our people, all right, which are the 12 tribes of Israel, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We tell them, get out the churches. All right, the churches will not be safe. All right, because contrary to popular belief, all right, the churches are pagan. The churches are abominable, and the Lord's going to take them out the way. He's going to take them out the way, and the prophets are going to are going to be the spectacle. So check this out. This is 1 Corinthians 4:9. Says, "For I think that the Most High have set forth us, the apostles, last, as it were, appointed to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men." So we're going to be the last ones, man. The prophets are going to shine when shit hits the fan, when things go down. We are fools for Hamashiach's sake, but ye are wise in Hamashiach. We are weak, but ye are strong. Ye are honorable, but we are despised. And this is what's going to happen. All right, so the Christians being attacked when it comes to Roe versus Wade, abortion laws, man, that's nothing. All right, we're going to face a lot more persecution as the true people of the Lord. All right, let's go back to it, and let's check this out.
Clerk for Justice Thomas. Carrie, welcome back to the show. I want to ask about other rights which might be in question, like interracial marriage, gay marriage, for example. Are other rights in question?
Oh, Lord.
It's interesting to see the level of fear-mongering going on about this. I think there's a few reasons. One is that they simply don't want to talk about the actual arguments for abortion being in the Constitution, because there's no real argument there.
So, these people, these women, I believe that their rights are being taken away. All right? Let's go into the law real quick. We're going to the law real quick. Let's see. I believe it's Leviticus. Let's see. All right, Leviticus 18. says Leviticus 18:21, and thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech, neither shalt thou profane the name of the Most High. I am the Lord, I am Yahweh. He says, neither should you let any of your seed, you should not let any of your seed pass through the fire to Molech. Alright? That's both. That's abortion, that's, murder. That's murder. Let's go back a bit. There's more. And it says, Leviticus 20:1, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, again, thou shalt say to the children of Israel. So children of Israel had to be spoken to twice. Alright, this is very important. Whosoever he be of the children of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn in Israel, that giveth any of his seed unto Molech, he shall surely be put to death. The people of the land shall stone him with stones. So your punishment for abortion, your punishment for getting rid of your children, alright, murdering your children, is to be stoned with stones, man. Alright?
But it's also
But
interesting.
these people argue about their rights, man. What about your children? What about your children that you're murdering, man? Now let's. Now, I didn't have this set up already, but number of abortions. Let's see, since Roe vs. Wade. Let's see. And the brother spoke on it yesterday. He said it was around 63 million. 60 million. I thought it was more than that, but hey, 63 million, that's a huge number. Over 63 million abortions have occurred in the U.S. since Roe versus Wade decision in 1973. All right, it says more than 63 million abortions are estimated to have taken place in the U.S. since Supreme Court 1973 Roe vs. Wade ruling and granted federal protections to women seeking to terminate their pregnancies.
On the shocking life of Princess Diana.
It's lucky. We're not going to go into that. All right, you see the number 63 million. Now let's go into lotion made with aborted fetal tissue. Now this is some disgusting stuff. Let's see if we can find something in the images. No, nothing. Actually, you know what we can do? We can find a video. We can find a video on YouTube about it. Let's see. So I remember Steve Harvey. This is it. Steve Harvey, this Moabite woman.
That's your body, baby.
Might be an Ammonite.
Telling
Let's get rid of this ad real quick. Can't even click off of it.
So this is one of Oprah's favorite.
Could be an Ammonite, most likely a Moabite. But, and she just said it was Oprah's favorite. Oprah's favorite Okay, Oprah, she's wicked, man. She's the boule. She's wicked as hell. All these people with wealth, billions of dollars, they're all what do you call it? They're all corrupt. But the word I'm trying to the word I'm actually looking for is you know, I'm forgetting the word, but basically they're all down with what's going on, the wickedness that's going on in America, Babylon the Great. And this is pure wickedness. Alright? Fragrances, lotions, skincare treatments made with aborted fetal tissue. That's wicked as hell, man.
She says it's a miracle fountain of youth and her magic wrinkle cure. So I'm going to put a little on your hand.
She still looks ugly.
That Oprah did.
Yeah, Oprah did it. All right, so here, we're going to rub it right in.
How come it's red?
I'll show you in a sec, Steve. So this is made from growth hormones of human
Look,
foreskin.
the wrinkles has just disappeared. I can't even ball my hand up.
You know what? They said human foreskin. Alright, so that's the circumcision. Alright. Let's continue it. See, I thought I remember it saying fetal tissue. But let's continue it.
But so it's made from human foreskin. I'm sorry, Steve.
You done sat up here and squirted somebody's private parts in my...
See, this some bullshit. Steve Harvey, you know, and he's been a part of rituals. This man's been a part of rituals, but even he knows that this is wicked, man. Stuff like this is wicked. Let's go back to it. Let's go back to his initial reaction. And she's laughing like it's okay.
I'm sorry, Steve.
You done sat up here and squirted.
You know, but to be honest, hey, Steve, he probably knew what was going on before he even got on set. But let's step away from this because it's not what I wanted. But there are cosmetics with aborted fetal tissue in it. But I don't want to make this video too long looking for it. Let's just continue on. All right.
Because Justice Alito's draft went out of its way to clarify that this opinion is not going to affect some of those rights, and some of the allegations are just preposterous in their face. The idea that, imagine, you're telling me that there's a state out there who's going to want to ban interracial marriage, and then the Supreme Court, composed with the majority presumably including Justice Thomas, who himself is in an interracial marriage, and Justice Barrett.
All right, we don't care about this. Okay. We don't care about this. I'm not even going to sit here and listen to this. Let's see. There's something else. Let's see. All right. And it's, today is so-called Mother's Day. All right. And it's the worship of the Queen of Heaven. They worship the woman. They worship the mothers. Mother of, they worship Mary, which is, how would I say it? It's disguised as worshiping Mary, the mother of so-called Christ. All right. But, and you're not supposed to, and the scriptures doesn't tell you to worship Mary. It doesn't tell you to worship Mary. But that worship, what it's really for is the worship of Semiramis. Semiramis goes back all the way to the the first Babylon, concerning Nimrod. All right, and Tammuz. That's what it goes back to. She's the mother of Tammuz. All right, the wife of Nimrod. Nimrod was killed, chopped up, and she, in order to retain power in her kingdom, she stated that the unborn baby in her stomach was the reincarnation of Nimrod, Tammuz. You know, and I believe she went on to marry him. Okay, she married her son, and she retained power and whatnot. But you know, that's just the wickedness of these people. That's the wickedness of these holidays that they celebrate. That's the wickedness of the elites, because they model America, Babylon the Great after this. You know, after all these pagan gods. So that's who we're dealing with right now. I'm trying to find something. All right. So here we go. So this right here is not something I made up. It's called the Marker Beast 666 Part 5, Nimrod, Ashtoreth, and Tammuz. Has some good information on here. You got to pick out the bones and the meat. But when it comes to the pagan gods, they're on point. So here you have all the names for Nimrod. You got Ares, Bacchus, Dionysus, Eros, Hephaestus, Hermes, Pluto, Hades, Poseidon, Zeus, Kronos, Abir, Shamash. You got Mars, Cupid, Vulcan, Mercury, Pluto, Neptune, Jupiter, Saturn, Lupercus. So all these are personifications of Nimrod, because it all deals with that triune deity, and it's gonna show you later on. All right, but you see, this is Semiramis. See back here, this is the wings of Semiramis and the owls. She's represented here as an owl. And what does that mean, the owl? Well, we're gonna go into what the owl means. But here you go. You have, I believe this is Isis, right? Hathor, the round disc represents Nimrod. Sun, the snake represents sun, also rebirth, regeneration. There's a bird at the top, Horus, Nimrod, reincarnated as Tammuz. So there you go. So this is what she claimed, that Tammuz was reincarnated as Nimrod, because Nimrod was killed. See, there you got the bull that was worshipped in Exodus. All right. Let's see. Actually, let's go to. X32. Let's see. Alright. Exodus 32 and 19. It came to pass, as soon as he came nigh unto the camp, that he saw the Salakia. Let's actually move up. Alright, here you go. Alright, there we go. The golden calf. This is Exodus 32. It has a precept. precept. Not gonna go into that. Exodus 32:1. And when the people saw that Moses delayed to come down out the mount, the people gathered themselves together unto Aaron and said unto him, Up, make us gods which shall go before us. For as for this Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we not know what is become of him. So they lacked the faith, man. The faith was not in them to believe that Moses was still alive, because he was upon the mount so long. All right, and they began to backslide to worship other gods. They began worshiping other gods. You know, just before they were about to receive the commandments. You know, these guys didn't even hold out enough to receive the commandments after they were delivered out of Egypt. You would think you would wait for your Savior. You will wait for your Savior before you started, you know, worshiping other gods, right? Your Savior is the one that saved you, not these other gods. You didn't pray unto these other gods, all right? And Moses and Aaron told them who it was that was saving them out of Egypt, that it was Yahweh. So these people had no excuse. Let's continue on. Exodus 32:2. And Aaron said unto them, Break off the golden earrings which are in the ears of your wives, of your sons, and of your daughters, and bring them unto me. And all the people brake off the golden earrings which were in their ears, and brought them unto Aaron. And he received them at their hand, and fashioned it with a graven tool. After he had made it a molten calf, and they said, These be thy gods, O Israel, which brought thee out the land of Egypt. So they began to worship these idols as gods that brought them out of the land of Egypt, which is a lie, and which is spiritual idolatry. But you see just how unfaithful and unbelieving that Israel was when the miracles were done right in front of them. And it was told unto them that Yahweh is the power that did these works. Not, the calf that they worshiped in Egypt. You worship that in Egypt. Let's go back to it. You worship it in Egypt. And you go back to it, the same Egypt that you being oppressed in, Foolish, man. Foolish. Let's see. I don't know why I won't. Whatever. Isaiah 1:3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's cribs, but Israel doth not know, my people do not consider. Sinful nation of people, sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord, they have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are going away backward, man. And this is what our people have done. They worship other gods and they provoke the Lord to anger. They're doing it now. They're even doing it now, man. And the Lord told us that these people would still do it. Here we go. Jeremiah 7. Let's see. Jeremiah 7. All right. Let's see. All right. Jeremiah 7:18. The children gather wood, and the fathers kindle the fire, and the women knead their dough to make cakes to the Queen of Heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto other gods, that they may provoke me to anger. Do they provoke me to anger? Saith the Lord. Do they not provoke themselves to the confusion of their own faces? Alright, and that's the Israel does not know. Israel does not consider, man. You know, the Lord has likened these our people unto dumb animals, because they are. You know, they've become beastly. Alright? They've become beastly people. What's that word that, you know, the fake the small hats use? I'm forgetting the word. Goyim. Alright, and that means cattle. Okay? So our people have become Goyim, or heathen, you know, which is likened unto cattle. Alright, beast. And some cattle are some of the dumbest beasts. Are you talking about sheep? Sheep is not wise. Alright? You know, a cow, a heifer, that's not wise. Alright? That's not a wise animal. You know, those are seen as what's it called? Inept animals. Alright? Jeremiah 7:20. Therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my anger and my fury shall be poured out upon this place, upon man and upon beasts, and upon the trees of the field, and upon the fruit of the ground, and it shall burn, and shall not be quenched. Alright, that's what's going to happen to our people. And this is talking about in the end times. Alright, it shall burn and shall not be quenched. It's talking about now. You know, Israel didn't burn. Jerusalem didn't burn. Alright, the temple might have been burned. Alright, but it says, let's read it again. Therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my anger and my fury shall be poured out upon this place, upon man and upon beasts, and upon the trees of the field, and upon the fruit of the ground, and it shall burn, and shall not be quenched. So all these things, the trees of the field, represent what? Who? The people, man. It represents the people. Upon the fruit of the ground, and it shall burn. So all their doings, you know, the people and all their doings, man, all the beast, all of that's going to be burned. And that's going to happen to America, Babylon the Great. So the Lord knew. The Lord is telling you here that they were going to do this until the end, until destruction comes upon them. And that's what's happening now. You see it. Mother's Day. People are celebrating Mother's Day. And women, alright, they're sacrificing their children. Alright? They're sacrificing their children to Molech. Let's get that. Let's see. I thought I had it here. Anyway, is it in Leviticus? Con. Says again. Yeah. Con. I'll read it again. Leviticus 20:2. Again, thou shalt say to the children of Israel, whosoever he be of the children of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn in Israel, that giveth any of his seed unto Molech, he shall surely be put to death. The people of the land shall stone him with stones, and I will set my face against that man, and will cut him off from among his people, because he hath given of his seed unto Molech to defile my sanctuary, and to profane my holy name. And if the people of the land do any wise hide their eyes from the man, when he giveth his seed unto Molech, and kill him not, then I will set my face against that man, and against his family, and will cut him off. And all that go a whoring after him to commit whoredom with Molech from among their people, and the soul that turneth after such as have familiar spirits, after wizards, to go a whoring after them, I will even set my face against that soul, and will cut him off from among his people. So these are the wicked abominations of our people that they do, and they're going to do it in the days. But the prophets out here on the highways and byways, to rebuke, to reprove, to correct. All right, to show our people their transgressions, so that they can change, so they can make changes in their life, man. It says, cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, in the house of Jacob their sins. Alright, yet they seek me daily and delight to know my ways as a nation that did righteousness and forsook not the ordinance of their power. They ask of me the ordinances of justice. They take delight in approaching to the Most High. Wherefore have we fasted, say they, and thou seest not. Wherefore have we afflicted our soul, and thou takest no knowledge. Behold, in the day of your fast ye find pleasure, and exact are your labors. Behold, ye fast for strife, and debate, and to smite with the fist of wickedness. Ye shall not fast as ye do this day, to make your voice to be heard on high. Now, that goes into our people just, not fasting for the right reasons. Alright, they're not doing it the right way. Alright, they're not trying to afflict their soul like they're supposed to. They're giving them to pleasures while they're supposed to be afflicting their soul. But that's just our people, man. They don't consider, that they do wickedly. Let's see. I got some scriptures here, lined up. All right, and this is Semiramis right here. This is another image of Semiramis. All right, during the Babylonian era. I believe this was created during the Roman era. But yeah, this is Semiramis, you see. All right. Now, 1 Kings 11:7 is going to tell you. I'll pull it up in a blue letter real quick. It tells you where Molech comes from, and this is the idol that they sacrifice their children to. I'm tripping. So 1 Kings 11:7. All right. And it started with Solomon. Well, when Solomon made Israel to sin is when he set up these high places for these other gods, for his wives, his concubines as well. All right. So 1 Kings 11:7 did Solomon build in high place for Chemosh, the abomination of Moab, in the hill that is before Jerusalem, and Molech, the abomination of the children of Ammon. And the children of Ammon, we believe, are the so-called Japanese. And today, that's very spiritual, because today, Japanese, they have a decline in birth rate. All right, it says the abomination of the children of Ammon, and you see why, because the abomination that they created was Molech. All right, it's the manifestation of their imaginations. Sacrificing their children to Molech, man. So, with that, the Lord cursed them in a way, man. He cursed them for the birth rate decline, for women to not look for desire in a man, and for men, all right, to be deprived of woman. Because it tells you, if you look at any poll when it comes to what's it called, attraction, all right, they'll say that the Asian man is the least attractive man. All right, and I believe your least attractive woman is your so-called black woman. But that's these nations. The Israelite woman is actually, all right, the top women on the earth. But right now, we're at the bottom. The Lord has stripped our esteem from us. He has brought us down to a lower state. So that we can be tried and made into precious Jews, man, that we're supposed to be. Let's go back. I got another video lined up. Let's go to library.
Start showering like a man.
300,000 men already smell better than you. Guys.
And this is
The
what
political
we're
landscape
living in.
rumbling.
We're living in America, Babylon the Great. We're living in this is ancient Babylon. Let's see who statue. And I'm kind of going back and forth with this thing. You know, Mother's Day and then abortion, but Lord willing, you brothers and sisters understand. Oh, Colombia. All right. This is images of the Statue of Liberty. Liberty enlightening the world, erected in 1886. Largely displaced, personified Colombia as the female symbol of the United States around 1920. Now let's see. So-called goddess. Colombia represents let's see. Come on, I got all there. Now I searched this up before, a long time ago. Let me see if I can find it. That's not telling me anything. Alright. But let's see. Okay, I can't find it. It's alright, but you know, the Statue of Liberty, it represents, you know, these ancient pagan gods like Athena, Ishtar, Semiramis, you know, and we're here in this gynocracy right now where women are put on a pedestal, and the Lord said He would do that. I will be. Let's see, Isaiah 43:19. Isaiah 43:19. Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness. That's not it. Let's see. Let me see. Alright, Jeremiah. Slakia. How long wilt thou go about, Jeremiah 31:22, how long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth, a woman shall compass a man. So that's what's happening right now. The woman has, it already happened. The woman has compassed a man in America, Babylon the Great, and you see it. All right, you see it. You see it in the culture, but also you see it due to this man, her, Kamala Harris. All right, she's what's it called? The first black and woman, so-called black, and woman vice president of the United States. All right. There has not been any Israelite president or vice president besides her. All right. Obama, he's a Hamite. All right. So you see that she's the first Israelite, if she is an Israelite, but I know some of her family goes back to Elam, but yeah, she would be the first so-called black woman as a vice president. Here we go. So that's another representation of a woman compassing a man. All right. Let's see what we have here. Now let's go back to the video. I'll let this play out.
Loudly tonight after the explosive leak of a draft Supreme Court opinion overturning Roe versus Wade, the landmark decision that established the constitutional right to abortions in this country. The draft obtained and posted online by Politico. While such a decision by the conservative-leaning court has been widely expected, the magnitude and nature of the leak itself is another story. Chief Justice John Roberts.
Real quick, so you see they leaked it. They're trying to search for who leaked it and whatnot. So it's pretty much written on paper that abortion is going to be illegal at a certain age of the pregnancy. And women are in uproar. They're coming against these churches. All right, they're coming against religion and spirituality. They're coming against what they call a patriarchy. But this is the gynarchy. Women have been free, and they've had liberty to do what they wanted. All right. Hey man, it's just been a wonderland for women these past years. But the reason why this is going on is because Esau's population is diminishing. All right, suicide rate is going up because Esau can't stand the struggle. All right, these middle class families are becoming poor, and they're killing themselves. But Jake has been dealing with being at the bottom from the very beginning, so it's not happening to Jake, and they fear a browning of America. So that's why these abortions are becoming illegal, because white women, just as much as so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, are aborting at a high rate. Okay.
Today confirming the draft was genuine, but calling the leak a breach of trust and ordering an investigation into who did it. The decision, a sharply worded takedown of Roe v. Wade, has abortion opponents celebrating tonight, while leaving abortion rights supporters angry and worried. If the decision carries, legalizing abortions would be left to the states. Tonight, roughly half poised to declare the procedure illegal. There's a lot to unpack here tonight. Justice correspondent Pete Williams has more.
We say pro-choice. Demonstrators flocked to the Supreme Court shortly after Politico broke the news Monday night, an unprecedented leak of an entire draft opinion in one of the court's most consequential cases, saying the landmark Roe v. Wade decision should be overruled. Written by Justice Samuel Alito, it says there's no support for Roe in any part of the Constitution and, quote, a right to abortion is not deeply rooted in the nation's history and traditions. The authority to decide whether abortion is legal, he says, should be left to the people and their elected representatives. While the publication of the draft is a shock, the conclusion of the draft shouldn't be. It was apparent when the case was argued December 1st that at least 5 justices were prepared to overturn Roe, including Justice Alito, who was an aggressive questioner.
Can it be said that the...
So, Salakia, I misspoke. So it's not going to be made illegal, but it's going to be left up to the states and the representatives of the states to, whether it be legal or not. So, we know South Carolina being Republican state that we live in, all right? Texas, Georgia, these Republican states, they're going to make it illegal. But California, places like California, which is Democratic, they're gonna have. It's gonna continue to be legal in places like California. So what people are gonna do is go state to state when it comes to abortions. But all right, let's continue on. You get the gist.
Right to abortion is deeply rooted in the history and traditions of the American people.
But the draft opinion says because abortion involves taking the life of a fetus, it's in a class by itself. Striking down Roe, Alito writes, would not undercut other constitutional protections, such as for interracial and same-sex marriage. After at first declining comment, the Supreme Court confirmed 15 hours after the draft was published that it was authentic. Chief Justice John Roberts launched an immediate investigation of who leaked it. He called the leak a singular and egregious breach of trust and said if it was intended to undermine the integrity of the court's operations, it will not succeed. The work of the court, he said, will not be affected in any way. But the court is now in turmoil with suspicion that one of the court's law clerks might have been the leaker.
This has never happened in American history, and the court may never be the same when it comes to the trust between the justices and all of their law clerks, because it has only been about trust.
The case at issue involves the fate of a Mississippi law passed in 2018 but so far blocked by a lawsuit that would ban abortion after 15 weeks of pregnancy. Lower court said it would violate the Supreme Court's abortion precedents beginning with Roe in 1973 that say states cannot ban abortion before the age of fetal viability. That's around 23 weeks into the pregnancy. A decision in the case was expected by late June.
Pete, let me ask you, how does the court plan to proceed in investigating this leak?
Chief Justice Roberts has given that assignment to Gail Conway, the court's marshal, the chief security officer. Leak investigations are never easy. This one won't be, but it could lead to new security measures that make it harder to leak draft opinions, Lester, with a lot of passion here tonight.
Yeah, we can hear it. Pete Williams at the Supreme Court tonight. Thanks. Some states are not waiting for the court to strike down Roe v. Wade. Late today, Oklahoma's governor signed a bill banning abortions there after about 6 weeks of pregnancy. Stephanie Gosk on how this could play out across the country.
It is not a final decision, but much of today's reaction to the Supreme Court imagines the day it will be. There are those celebrating.
Life is precious. It's a miracle.
It certainly is a dramatic moment, yes. Roe's been enormously controversial for nearly 50 years, and we applaud the court for its courage.
Others worry what this will mean.
It's heartbreaking, and as a woman who has benefited from Roe v. Wade, but also as a healthcare provider, this is...
She's a woman who benefited from Roe v. Wade. So that means she killed her child. These women should be put to death, man. According to the scripture, they should be put to death. But we live in the law. Hey, we live in Babylon the Great. All right, the law of the land. All right. We gotta continue to abide by the law of the land, But these women are wicked, and the Lord is going to destroy them. All right. Look at her. She's through, man. She's through. And I hope the worst for her. These people are disgusting, man. They're absolutely wicked.
An attack on women.
The decision to make abortions.
Look at this. She looks like a man. She wants to be a man. She wants to be a man. Through.
Illegal will not stop them from happening. It will only stop them from happening safely.
Should Roe v.
She said it. It's not going to stop it from happening. All right, it's going to stop it from happening safely, but it's going to create chaos, and that's what these elites want. All right, and you know, these peons, these Edomite peons that don't know what's going on, or they might have a clue what's going on, but you know, they're just caring about their own self-interest. You know, they think that women are going to just stop having abortions because of these laws, but it's not going to happen, man. It's going to be all out chaos. All right, and there's simps, men who agree with the abortion law. You know, it's going to be madness. A civil war is coming to America, man. Civil war. All right, and this is how it starts. It starts with the degeneration, the degradation, the degradation of society by the wicked and vileness of people's lives, man. Just acting out on abominations. It's continue to stack iniquity upon iniquity, man, sin upon sin. And eventually the Lord is going to return and destroy this place. Let's continue.
Versus Wade be overturned, 25 states will likely ban abortion. 13 of them have trigger laws, meaning it will be immediately outlawed. Some states are looking to strengthen access. A recent bill passed in Connecticut expands the list of professionals who can perform abortions and protects them from out-of-state lawsuits or criminal charges.
Our clients are traveling 1,338 miles round trip.
The Fund Texas Choice Group helps women travel out of state for abortions. Texas passed a law in September banning the procedure after 6 weeks.
You've been inundated with calls since that law went into effect.
It's been just...
How to get a girl in 3 easy steps. Step 1, throw out your old body wash. Most store-bought body washes are actually classified by the FDA as synthetic detergent.
The harsh chemicals can cause rashes, redness, itching. Down there. Helianthus anus seed oil. Anus seed oil? That's why I switched to Dr. Squatch's handmade natural soap. Natural oils, no harsh chemicals, cold processed, and sustainably sourced.
That's amazing.
It's unsustainable.
The vast majority of those seeking help are low income and either Black or Latino. Some have been crossing state lines to the only clinic in Mississippi.
We were seeing patients 3 days, now we're up to 5, and some weeks on six days a week.
This clinic at the heart of the Supreme Court case.
We are looking into, we're opening a facility right now in New Mexico that will be one of the states where patients will still be able to obtain an abortion.
So your organization is actually looking to set up new clinics in other states?
Correct. We are not going to just walk away from this.
What will happen to the women, many of them low income?
Man, she was a beast. Look at her, man. Hair's not hers. You know, she's probably balding. She smokes. You know, she looks. Hey, you know, I know some people use that word tough to say a woman looks good, but she looks really rough, really tough, man. She looks like she can fight you. You know. That's whatever.
So your organization is actually looking to set up new clinics in other states?
Correct. We are not going to just walk away from this.
What will happen to the women, many of them low income, who every year get abortions? In states like Mississippi, Texas, places like that,
we're going to continue to focus on those women, focusing on the humanity of those women and of providing them with holistic life-affirming options to make sure that they get access to the resources and the help that they need.
While roughly half of states get ready to meet higher demand for abortions, it is an issue that has long divided the country.
Now, one of the arguments a person would make, a woman would make for abortions, what if they're raped? All right. In the Lord, you know, He has a stipulation, a law for that. You know, what happens if a woman gets raped and it doesn't call for aborting, you know, killing your children, all right? It calls for the man to take responsibility. So let's try to go into it. I'm going to try to find it. Well, see. Let's see. Oh. So, wait. Hold. So this is Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 28. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and lay hold on her. So that word lay hold means to, you know, take possession of, means to, you know, basically take her. You will take her, lay hold on her, and lie with her, and they be found, then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver. That was a lot of money. He would give unto the father of the woman 50 shekels of silver, and she should be his wife, because he hath humbled her. He may not put her away all his days, and he can't put her away. You know? So the men would take responsibility if something was done like that. All right, nowadays women, you know, women they're just promiscuous, and you know, dealing with multiple men at the same time. You know, they get pregnant and they want to kill their children, but that's not right according to the Lord. And if it is a case of rape, man, it's supposed to be taken care of. The child is supposed to be taken care of. The woman is supposed to be taken care of. See, that's what's in the perfect law. But we're dealing with Esau and his kingdom, which is corrupt and wicked. All right, let's see. Proverbs 29 and 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. So, you know, that wouldn't be the best time, the best situation, but it would still be righteous for that man who took that woman to take responsibility and take care of his children and his wife that he took. All right, but when the wicked bear the rule, the people mourn. All right, and the people are mourning right now, man. You know, they don't want to deal with the responsibility of having children. All right, Lord says, hey, not to deliver your children up to Molech. Now let's get more, because that's what they do. All right, these elites, they've been doing it for the longest, man. They do their sacrifices, man. They go to the Bohemian Grove, all right, and they reenact their ancient sacrifices and ancient rituals, okay? And these elites, man, you see, you know, George Bush Sr., George Bush Jr. at the Bohemian Grove, you know, worshiping their idols. All All right, and you see the owl, Salaki, the owl. All right, the owl, and then you see Semiramis right there. Statue of Liberty, Athena, owl coin. You know. Our Statue of Liberty was given to the Statue of Liberty was given to America by the Masons of France. This is Asterisk, Isis, Semiramis, Athena, Diana. Alright, the goddess Columbia, you know, Columbia pictures. So this is what we're dealing with. Baphomet. This is what we're dealing with when we deal with these holidays that Babylon promotes. Now let's go into this owl. What does the owl represent? The owl was a symbol for Athena, goddess of wisdom and strategy. And we know these Edomites are their wisdom of the world. They believe that they're wise men, the wise men of T-Man. Alright. Before the Greeks gave their pantheon human forms. Alright, so the Greeks gave it human forms. Alright. But before that they were animals, like the owl, the calf, alright, the hawk, the eagle. According to myth, an owl sat on Athena's blind side so that she could see the whole truth. In ancient Greece, the owl was a symbol of a higher wisdom, and it was also a guardian of the Acropolis. It was a demon, man. So the wisdom that these elites receive, man, they receive it from demons on the left-hand side. Yes, ultimately it's coming from Yahweh Shemi outside, but it's left-hand wisdom, left-hand knowledge, left-hand energy that's being used, alright, and it's contrary to the holiness of the Heavenly Father. Let's see, is that it? Yeah, we went to that. Let's see. We got the owl, watermelon, owl. And this is the capital city of America. Oh, well, you know, DC. You know, it's shaped in the shape of an owl. You see the eyes right here. You know, the body, the tail, the wings. You know, there's a lot going on. So there's a lot of information. Here's the owl in ancient Egypt, the falcon. Horus Tammuz represents Tammuz. It's a phallic symbol. Here we got obelisk, different obelisks, and we know America is Babylon the Great, man. Check this out. Obelisk on the church. We know the church is wicked. The Lord isn't dealing with the church, man. The Lord says, you know, I'm forgetting the scripture. Basically, like, the earth is my, the heavens is my throne, the earth is my footstool. Wherein is, have thou made a house? You know, made my house, basically. But here we go. You know, back then, the children would be born, right? They would be born first, and then they would be sacrificed onto Molech. But nowadays, it's before the children, you know, are fully developed in the womb, they are sacrificed. What did these Planned Parenthoods, what do they do with the fetuses after they are taken out of the womb. Well, what they do is they sell them off to these different companies, and who knows where they go? They might be in your food. You know, we should eat our defiled bread among the Gentiles. So, you know, I think this is all I have. You know, I don't want to make it too long. Brothers have made other videos on this, you know, on these topics. So, you know, the spirit was only just to go into this much. Lord willing, it was edifying. You know, with that being said, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Alright. Shalom to the hopeful elect out there. Shalom.